Seems like for eons we human forms have gotten used to the opposite of the truth. It's Sunday, so people go by the millions to these cube buildings, get on their knees or sit with their hands in prayer and pray to a God in the sky who is all loving, but force them to live by the sweat of their brow, and most of them agree to pay increasingly every moment of their so-called lives to live on a planet a place they were born. The story we were told is that Jesus, or Yeshua, became very popular. And one of the main things he said was that the Christ, or the Creator, is within us all, and ye will do greater things than me. And so the story is that they hung him on a cross for that in particular. And for example, today we need solar radiation management, or geoengineering, chemtrails, dumping tons of totally unnatural aluminum dust cloud filled with other cheap heavy metals and other toxic agents into the sky, because as they've been telling us for decades, it's just too warm. Global warming. We have to cool it down. And our parent video platform company, if you research it, they say, it's something they're considering doing. Meanwhile, several states have outlawed it. Well, how are they going to enforce that? As a teenager, I joined a punk band and I had a zine. I was in the DIY movement. But when I developed a deadly bacteria, blood and skin disease, I had to be begged for 3 years while I was collecting cans to take a check to die of it. Well, the truth is that neither DIY nor codependency is the answer. Co-interdependency, working together, is the truth. Most folks, on the other hand, feel they have to single-handedly, or along with the other members of their household, work every single day or almost every day to pay the rent, to take care of themselves in the matrix. Where's this leading? It's leading to more in the USA, more and more homelessness, more and more people who can't afford it, kicked to the curb. And if we don't do that, we get the threat of being thrown in the ICE facility or jail or the mental institution, the FEMA camp. We need to run wars. Those people over in those countries across the ocean are a great threat to our democracy. Our government needs to be in the pocket of Israel and go kill and die for Israel. What is popular amongst humans that is not the exact opposite of the respectful, actual, spiritual truth? If I'm going to be honest, how could I be anything but a heyoka? But if I was really honest, would I think that I could get the word out on a platform that has been hiding me ever since I made the video, Is Yahweh a Narcissistic Predator Entity? For the most part, except for that one video it likes. Yes, the algorithm is a search function that's going to respond to questions that people type in Google or YouTube. And that one video I made is a question they ask a lot. But the funny thing is that I was doing what my brother claimed I was doing with this entire thing on that one video, trying to grow my audience, grow my channel, and help people in a way in which I didn't know what I was talking about. Soul scalping. So it seems to me that when I made the video that was, quote, selling out, in other words, a clickbait title, I didn't really know what I was talking about, that had to be the one that it liked. Even though I'm not sure if that has any information that would really help you. In the Native American days, they had what were known as Heyokas, or contrarians, who were thought of as really silly clowns who would do the opposite of what everyone else did. And it wasn't for comedy so much as to, in a seemingly reckless, silly way, to point out the actual spiritual truth. Why do Native American designs have the number 16 or 7 prominent? If the Jews use, or the cube in Mecca has 6 sides, why is it, since they worship Saturn, Saturn is the 7th? Well, the 7th side is that myopic dot. That human person in the cube, stuck in the rent, the mortgage or property taxes, that obedient person on their knees, that myopic dot, that essence in a flesh suit that is in perpetual survival mode, that oblivion focused individual who can only be a part of the entropy. It's amazing how silly, in an unfunny way, our species has become, being controlled by black magic trickster, off-planet or interdimensional ETs that say there are gods, force us to run wars and be financial slaves. And when I made a rant saying the blatantly obvious that money is not morality, it got 0 views in the first day. I wonder why. Was it because they put it on the 100% caboose? No views? Nah. Was it because everybody already knew that follows me? Or some blatantly obvious stuff? Or that no one wants to admit it? It could be a little bit of each. Because when you point out stuff like the devil is a very talented parasite, or very skillful for a morally retarded idiot, or that it can take a place like Charleston, that was once called by the tourist people the friendliest town in America, and make it rare to be friendly, using these modern black scrying mirrors we call cell phones, or, that I could be convinced by the spellcasters last night of the wishful thinking that I could pedal my bike to Folly Beach, have a swim in the ocean, and go to the reggae dance and not get pummeled by half fake rain. You see, I think it's probably because we have a problem with wishful thinking. We have a problem with being duped. We originally didn't know evil. So we're very gullible to evil. We're very socially retarded since we've been engineered to be so. But originally, we were very naive and still are. When you recognize that as a species for maybe 1 million years, we've been obeying the opposite of truth. The divine creator can only be found, or it can only be realized within that flesh suit by being creative. Although we see it in nature, the truth is not out there. It's also in there. So respect the true divinity, even if it's been smushed and forced to reincarnate back into a flesh suit that has to consume other animals' placenta, milk, or even meat of a fish creature to have a healthy brain. Because yes, the truth is that the devil, or the Bible God, did co-create under duress, under violence and black magic, the form our plane net or whatever shape it is and these flesh sacks are in now. But he is not our original creator. Our original creator is a being of unconditional love who did originally give these beings free will. Now you've got to get back to work. You can't have free will unless you're going to make some money off it, right? Or you're willing to hunt or fish all day and hide from the authorities. I know it's an extremely tall order for most of you, and myself. Often it seems like a really insurmountable challenge, but eventually we're going to have to accept the fact that we need to flip the script. And remember, the truth is the opposite of what the filthy matrix forces on you.